The 2023 Illinois report card has been released. It shows that students are making progress in recovering from the pandemic proficiency levels. Here in Quincy, faculty and administrators have seen growth and improvement in some areas. However, in others, progress still needs to be made. While the proficiency is still below pre-pandemic levels, overall, they're happy to see most freshmen are back on track to graduate. Administrators say the individual schools will review the data not only gathered by Illinois, but also the district to make strategic improvement plans to continue benefiting student growth.
I would say that, we are still working to recover from a lot of what happened where instruction was interrupted. We were open in Quincy. We had an option of remote. We had an option of in person, but there were still interruptions that happened and still things that had to be done differently in schools.
And on November 16th, the district improvement team will meet to review data gathered and discuss the next steps.